Greetings, fellow survivors of the apocalypse. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Project Zomboid, King of Louisville, Episode 30, Gravity and Mass. I'm surprised I'm not double arrows up, given what I just ate. Ate like an entire stew, ate like Twinkies and chocolate and a bunch of other garbage. Louis here is still not packing on the pounds. He just has a very busy day of murder, and it keeps the weight off. You got the opposite problem? You need double arrows down? Yeah, me too, man. Me too. So let me think for a second. If I am to secure the gas station, I think what's more important is that I get raw resources to be able to do it. I don't think driving to the gas station it actually makes a lot of sense right now, because I'll get there and I have no way to actually secure it. So getting the raw resources is going to be my priority at the moment. So let's go do that. I need building material. You know what? Before I do that, I need a way to store building material. Does secure mean fencing around it? Yeah, or at least fencing around a pump. Even fencing around a single pump would be fine. So that I have a gate, and that way when I'm refueling, there isn't a chance that like a zombie can just like wander up behind me and bite me and kill me. Because that's been a risk the whole time. I mean, I don't accelerate time on purpose when I'm refueling for that reason. But it'd be really nice to have a permanent solution. Or at least a solution that lasts long enough. That it protects me from immediate harm. But as I said before, it's not likely one of those things that I'm going to be able to do in the remainder of the stream. It's... oh, shoot. Never mind. It's not going to be one of those things I'm going to be able to do. Full stop. Because I just fractured my leg. I did say that gangplank was a danger. And here, it is a danger. Time to read some books. Yeah, time to make a splint. Let me put this stuff away in the trunk. Maybe read the... well, yeah, I'll just make a splint. A plank. And a twig. Alright, buddy. It's not slaying time anymore. Time for some R&R. Your buddy likes to build 3-story watchtowers and is constantly breaking his legs. I get that. I really do. The problem I have is just that there's not a lot of building materials around me. Which means that the effort it would take to build like a walkway up there, a safe walkway, is pretty effortful. Because materials is so scarce, which means that I always build stuff that's like dangerously sketchy. But that's just as the situation demands. I was about to go remedy it by getting a bunch of raw resources. And, well, you all know what happened. I done broke my legs. I wonder if it damaged the clothing. I don't think it does. But I will do a load of wash while I tend to myself, because I'm not going anywhere for a while. I moved so slowly that it would be a great danger to myself going anywhere, because I can't possibly outrun zombies. I move too slow. Limping around at a mile an hour doesn't really work. Oh, there's rip sheets in here. That'll work. Now, the other thing I wish I had is comfrey, because that helps you heal bone breaks, but I'm not going to be able to forge any of that. Not anywhere where I'm near. Alright, let's splint up that shin. So the splint will help it... I believe it helps it heal faster, but it also helps me move a little bit quicker. The other thing I'm going to want on me is painkillers, because if I want to go to sleep anytime in the next, I don't know, weeks, I'm going to need painkillers to be able to suppress the pain so I can actually doze off. Let's wash up and then do some reading. Treat this as a personal gain time. So recover from the fracture is going to be my priority. So I'm clean. My clothing's clean. So no risk of an infection like that. I should probably take off the gas mask. I'll put it in the backpack. It's pretty warm inside, so I don't really need to worry about the ambient temperature. I do still want the weight to go up, though. I need to get over to my stew. So cookbook's done. I have tailoring and electrical. So I think it's electrical 2. And I might want, given the injury, to read first aid. That will be the first one I read. Might as well level up my first aid while I'm, you know, incapacitated. Didn't I put the stew in that freezer? Oh, here it is. Another way to heal quickly is be really, really, really full all the time. So it's a good way to gain weight, but it's also a really good way to heal efficiently. So I'm going to make a lot of food and read the first aid book while I'm laid up. That way I spend the least amount of time recovering, and also I benefit, you know, as much as I can from the injury. Right? Trying to make the best of a bad situation. Poor Louis too. limping around. You'll look your normal self in a second, though. But cleaner. Considerably cleaner. Are crutches a thing? No. Splints, but no crutches. Cooking 3. Adding an egg to a stew. That was the magic. Alright, this is the cooked one. I need to be really careful which I eat. I'm gonna eat the whole thing, be full to bursting again, and then make 3 stews. So let's do... I want to use the fresh stuff, not the non-perishable. And I'm making very boring stews. Just a bunch of eggs. Basically just hard-boiled eggs. That's effectively what this is. It'll be very, very boring to eat. Very unhappy. But it'll work. God, so much unhappiness. Bring it on! Eating the whole thing. And this is why I stockpiled reading material. For days like these. See? Now I'm fine. Take little painkillers and sleep it off. Did I take slow healer? Let me double check. I think I did. Bit. Maybe I didn't. No, I did. Okay, so it's gonna take a while. I could also do like push-ups and stuff to make myself tired. I don't necessarily just need to take painkillers. Painkillers is certainly a funny way to spend my time. Is booze useful? It can be, yeah. Yeah, definitely. So some eggs, some broccoli, some lard, and some tomatoes. Delicious. I don't think there's much to do to a fractured shin, though. Like, you don't tend to it like you do a wound. You just let it heal. I'm trying to make this stew a little bit less boring. The meta, if you're wondering, is no more than 3 of one ingredient for the variety. Just the egg stew I made, I didn't care. I just wanted to use up some eggs. Is Lung Bump my favorite melee weapon? Often, yeah. Yeah. It's very reliable, doesn't break, doesn't ruin clothing, so that you can scavenge more effectively. It depends on the settings, though, I will go on to say. So if you have your game settings like 10 years later or some mod like that, then it doesn't really help you all that much, because all clothing is already ruined. But if you're not running a mod like that, then yeah, it's a really effective way to get good clothing too. I suppose it depends on how much clothing you go through, though. Like, if you don't find yourself needing a whole lot of extra clothing, then it's probably not that useful. Might as well just go axes. Two-handed sharp is just... There's not enough two-handed sharp weapons to main that, unless you use mods to allow you to make, like, scrap weapons or something like that. Well, I've kept myself remarkably busy despite the injury. What's your favorite weapon, Park? The knife uses no stamina, it's great. Its range is terrible, and knives' durability are terrible. So there's a lot of reasons not to use a knife. And it does no crowd control whatsoever. It has no chance to multi-hit if you're on survivor difficulties. But yeah, crowbars, just because they last like 2.5 times longer than any other weapon, tends to be my go-to choice. Because I don't have to really worry about having... you know, I don't really have to worry about having a lot of backup weapons when you have a crowbar. Whereas, like... You know, if you spend, like, a week killing zombies in your neighborhood, you'll go through maybe, like, 2 crowbars or, like, 7 axes, right? Like, that's the kind of difference. So, if you have 7 axes, like, go for it. But most players don't have that kind of abundance. Garden forks are really pretty strong as well, as are shovels, but, you know, those weapons break often. Machete tied to a spear is pretty amazing. Spears can be really good. They're pretty situational, but, you know, they're very, very solid depending on your carpentry skill. How's my weight now? 77 double ups. Haha, yes! I have conquered anorexia. That's offensive, I'm sorry, but yep. I'm beaten light being a welterweight. With extreme efficiency. I'm really just trying to eat until I'm stuffed constantly so that I heal quicker. I have the mod that allows your moodlets to explain more, so full to bursting gives you 60% more healing than, you know, not being well fed. And then the slow healer, actually, it doesn't show you the percent for slow healer. I actually forget what percent you heal slower. It's like 60% slower or something like that. So staying very full all the time helps to negate the slow healer trait. It's 30% or something like that. I don't know. I'd have to look it up. I don't got it memorized. I know. I take it as a negative because it's because a fair percentage of the wounds that you receive are going to be fatal. So it's not a trait that usually works against the player all that much. How long is it going to take to heal? I honestly don't know what the average shin fracture takes. It depends on my fullness. It depends on my first aid skill. It depends on a lot of factors. Your guess is as good as mine. But I'm trying to cut the amount of time as much as I can by just shoving calories down my throat. Did I jump off my house? I fell off the gangplank up there, yeah. Accidentally. Just one tiny misstep, and that's all it took. Why are they dealing in fractional eggs? This is so weird. When you add a random egg, it's like not using the whole egg. Or whatever. Let's make sure to add the lard, because that's what's letting me gain weight. Add some potatoes for starch. Oh, that one's full. Yep, okay. They're not all equal. One is discount compared to the others, but close enough. I have no safety railings? Yes. OSHA will want to have a talk with me, absolutely. As soon as they come and inspect. Also, for the record, there's like a criminal lack of OSHA inspectors. And inspectors in really any sector, which is very relevant in America right now. Little on the nose. Especially if you live in Pennsylvania or Ohio. Or Arizona or Texas. I mean, there's a lot of places that have some toxic waste spills at the moment. Oh, Lord. Okay. Sleepy time. I'm going to probably unsplint, resplint. See what's going on with the leg. It's going to be gangrenous, and I'm going to have to chop it off. Fracture takes 50 to 80 hours by default. 80 to 150 with slow healer. And I've probably cut that time considerably given my calorie loading, I'd imagine. Because I'm full to bursting regularly. It's still fractured, but I bet I'm healing. So what is the next book I'm reading? Electrical or Taylor? Let's go with Taylor, I think. Yeah, let's do Taylor. I'm also putting a lot of work in cooking, too. A horde of yellow vests. A horde of zombies with yellow vests and clipboards. Looks like my cabbage is ready, actually. So, cancel that. One of the beautiful things of Zomboid is, like, if you do plan on homesteading, you're gonna remain pretty busy. Because keeping a base keeps you busy. Maintaining the walls, maintaining the crops, cooking, cleaning. Now that you have to remove zombies from the perimeter if you don't want to get corpse rot. That's a big thing. Maintaining your clothing, fixing up weapons if there's weapons to maintain like that. I mean, you know, you could stay really busy. Hell, you could play Zomboid without, you know, the zombies and still have quite a lot of game left to play. If I was smart, I would check if it's going to rain soon. But I'm not smart. I'm just going to water it. But 28 fresh cabbage. Not bad. Sounds realistic? Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Most certainly. Oh, it's raining. I guess I don't have to water. Adulting is hard, man. I agree. Here I was trying to do my best adulting impression and I broke my leg. And now I'm hobbling everywhere. The only plants you need to worry about overwatering are carrots and radishes? Yeah, and I don't even have any radishes. I don't think I've even found radish seeds yet. Oh, shoot. No, let's not do that. I don't want to mix cabbage batches. Cabbage Batch kids. Because they will rot in different intervals, given that they're from different harvests. So it would be best if I separate them out. So I know that the cabbages on the right need to be used first. Because they're going to go bad first. I don't need to. I mean, given how easy it is to get crops in the game. If you have a little rot. Yeah, oh well. Okay, let's make next batch. So cabbage, lard, and tomatoes. With some broccoli. Also, overwatering crops usually doesn't kill them or anything. Crops don't want to be overwatered, but your yield just might go down a little, which, for how easy it is, as I've been saying, to farm, lower yields is not a problem unless you're trying to feed a large base full of people. We'll start with a broccoli base. And then we'll add some lard as spice. Tomatoes stewed to perfection. And some fresh microwaved cabbage as garnish. How to cook like a psychopath. Or like someone who lost their sense of taste from COVID. I know a bunch of people that fit that bill. I can't imagine eating for texture. Sounds miserable. I wonder how much I weigh now. 79 and double up arrows. Yeah, I've solved it. Just cook and overeat constantly, and you will have no problem putting on the pounds. I'm going to end up obese by the time I recover, I think. $80 kilos. So I've gained 5 kilos since my injury. Oh my god. Hey, Rawl. Thank you for the resub. How's it going today? We're watching me recover from a shin fracture because I didn't mind my step. You know how that is. So I am working on my cooking and shoving my mouth full of food so I heal faster. But it just so happens to coincide with my character being a little underweight. So I am gaining weight like crazy. Or actually, I am cultivating mass. That's what I'm doing. It's a time-tested strategy of zombie survival. Just be more massive, and they can't get their mouths around you. Oh, you got some bronchitis? Ouch. That's no good for a content creator, too. I wish for you a fast and thorough recovery. Much like poor Louis here, who's limping around on a bum leg. But this is a fictional injury, so you can always just dev mode it out. If only there was dev mode in real life. Let there be instant healing. Hey, Killers, thanks for the resub. To our health. I've actually been dealing with a, not bronchitis, but like a, the doctors don't even know what it is. For a very, very, very long time, and it's really frustrating because I think my next step in trying to figure out what's wrong with me is a head CAT scan, and I kind of don't want that much radiation blasted into my brain. Call me old-fashioned, but, you know, shooting my head full of 2 years worth of radiation doesn't exactly sound fun. But the alternative is just, like, not knowing and dealing with the symptoms and not the root cause, which is also not great. But this has been going on for years. So when I say a fast and thorough recovery, I guess that's what I mean. Not to have some stupid thing like this go on. Dude, that sucks. You know, it could be worse. It's probably not that much different than having, like, chronic allergies or something like that. Have I heard of Project Zomboid? It's fast and rough. No, I haven't. Please inform me about Project Zomboid. I don't know about the game at all. This is sarcasm. Either you're a troll or you're blind or you're also sarcastic, and I can't tell. The other thing is the let's say I do the CAT scan. The CAT scan would really only be information to then follow up with surgery, and just you know, sinus surgery. Oh, this is uncooked. Man, I was about to eat like raw lard stew. That would have been bad. But sinus surgeries don't always go right. Was my next point. You know, stomach thing doctors were never able to peg down. Yeah, I've had a lot of like things like that were misdiagnosed or undiagnosed for forever. It's one of the only ways that I really hope AI really takes over is medical diagnostics. It's actually one of the first things that that medicine really started to, or artificial intelligence really started to be helpful. Some of the issues I have, like chronic ones, lifelong problems, have finally been diagnosed, but only after misdiagnoses for like decades. But yeah, artificial intelligence, bring it on. Cure me. Absolutely. Yeah, I used to live in the Northeast, where some of the best medicine could be found in the United States. But I don't live in the Northeast anymore. Like, I used to go to like Mass General Hospital for stuff. Chat GPT, but for WebMD. I mean, they're already doing it. It's what, Watson? IBM's Watson, I think, does medical diagnostics. Wait, why are my stuff fresh and not frozen? The power's on. I guess it just didn't have time to freeze. Oh, it was about to freeze. Okay. Medical AI makes accurate diagnostics, but also makes up false research citations. That's a problem. I didn't realize that. Jimster, thank you for the gifted subs. Cheers. Expert systems have been around for many years. Yeah, I'm not talking expert systems. I mean, I know about expert systems. I'm talking about like IBM's Watson. You know, like true and honest artificial intelligence going, well, given these symptoms, and then they make a somewhat accurate diagnostic. I'm just saying, the amount of stuff that doctors have to keep in their head is more than most doctors can keep in their head. So having a little artificial intelligence aid would be quite nice. Because not everybody can be House MD. The you know, just not possible. There you go. Plus, there's a lot of doctors who are still like toughen up Buttercup. Yeah, that's also a thing. Well, that and one of the benefits of just leaving it up to doctors is like medical malpractice suits would cease to be a thing that you'd really have to worry about. Because, you know, who are you going to sue? A machine? That was one of the big questions with self-driving cars is, you know, once cars can drive themselves, do you need car insurance? Who pays for the car insurance? If you're not the driver, doesn't it stand to reason that you no longer need car insurance? Because how could you be at fault anymore? I mean, the only fault that you could ever be is, like, if you didn't maintain your car properly and you were knowing that you were driving around with, like, bald tires or something. But then, even then, it's hard to prove. Yeah, it would open up the AI for reliability? Oh, absolutely. I just think you're going to have a lot harder time. You know, if you're going to rely on artificial intelligence for medical diagnostics, I'm pretty sure that you're going to be... You know, one of the requirements is, all right, sign this waiver that says that, you know, you can't sue a machine for false diagnoses. Plus, a lot of the times, they can make you know, they could diagnose your issue, but then you test for it too, right? Like just a few weeks ago, I got an MRI for just that. You know, there was the theory that I had a messed up back, which is what I've been dealing with for the last few months, but I got an x-ray and an MRI, so it's not like I'm just blindly going, okay, yes, you know, the theory must be correct and just going off on that theory. No, you do imaging and testing and that kind of jazz. You know, just assume that the AI is correct. Oh boy, how's my shin now? Let's check. Still fractured. Oh, you don't say. Couldn't tell with all the limping. If you're wondering, I'm pretty sure it's the case with splints too, but like, one of the easiest ways to check if you're still wounded is, do you still limp? Yes or no? If yes, you're still hurt. Carrot, cabbage, potato. You don't think you could just sign away malpractice like that? Not for humans, but, I mean, for artificial intelligence, I'm not a lawyer that would do that, but I could definitely envision a situation where, in order to gain access to the diagnostics of an artificial intelligence, you would sign it away like that. It wouldn't work for a human, because humans are fallible. Or sometimes worse, right? There's been lots of cases of, doctors of death. Doctors that know that they're trying to kill you. Or nurses or whatever. Medical, and that's true of a lot of professions. But there's a lot of famous cases of doctors that become doctors because they can murder their patients. But I don't think, I don't know. Artificial intelligence might want to try to murder their patients, too. That could be a problem, too. Now, let's get back downstairs before the stew downstairs goes bad. But now I have a lot more fresh cabbage that I will turn into weird stew. Weight is at 83 and up. Oh, God. It's happening. Maximum volume. Do I want to heal quick, or do I want to be thick? This question I pose to chat before my character becomes unruly fat. Oh, man. All right, let's check these crops. I could start eating a quarter of the stews rather than going for half. It's interesting that you can become obese on mostly vegetable stews, so I guess trapping might not even be a thing I need to do. Because my dude's stealth levels are going to plummet because he's so dummy thick he's clapping loud as he slays them proud. I'll just keep rhyming, because you all can't tell me not to. I'll just close my eyes and not read chat. I don't think we're disease-free up here. Right on. Righteous, brother. All right, I'll start eating a quarter of it rather than half. Hopefully, I don't end up looking like a fat bastard once this splint comes off. Well, the tailoring book is done. So now it is Electrical 2. And the only other one... Yeah, that would be the only one I haven't read other than the survivalist books. So I might need to start reading the survivalist books just out of boredom. But if I did read them, I'd be able to watch the tapes. So the survivalist skill would skyrocket as a result, because I have... all but survival 6 and 8, I think. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7. So I have a lot of the survivalist tapes on hand as reference, I think. Let me double check that. Is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7. Yeah, I was right. I take good logs. Oh, I added the new cabbage to the right side, didn't I? Shoot. That's exactly what I said I shouldn't do, and then I did it. Oh, well. It's not like the end of the world if you do it like that. Just, you might end up with more veggie rot than you wanted to have. I am coming up on the end of the stream time, though. Let me just make one more stew. And wrap this up. That gas station is gonna have to wait. Also, all this cooking is making me, like, real hungry in real life. I have a certain recipe I make that is kind of like stewed cabbage. It's like a Hungarian stew that now I am going to need to buy ingredients for. So all this is making me hungry. Oh, nice. Cooking level 4. I also believe that I've only watched, I think I've only watched one of the cook shows. So it would be really easy to, like, level up cooking ridiculously, because I think I have all the tapes. I just haven't been going that route. Belnor Games, thank you for the sub. I recognize your name. You're from YouTube comments, I think? Is that right? So you must just be tuning in. Just a sub. I appreciate it. Louis appreciates it. Needs all the thoughts and prayers in this limping, trying time. Yeah, he's still fractured. It's probably like at least half healed, I'd imagine. But this is gonna be my endpoint. Oh, I must be thinking of your alter ego, Billionaire Overlord. Well, Billionaire Overlord, take me to Mars. So sadly, Louis did not secure the gas station. But he's still alive, so that's good. Because a fall like that could kill you. That, my friends, is where I'm going to leave off. With Limpin' Louis weighing a good 9 kilos more than when he injured himself. Thank you for tuning in to Project Zomboid, King of Louisville, which originally streamed live on Twitch February 16th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. A special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow zombie slayers.